I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Chaplain Walker.
Gracious God, our Father, we thank you once again for another day's journey. Father God, we thank you now for being here among us. Father God, we pray that you continue to bless us and we become a blessing to others. We ask this in Jesus' name.
Amen. All right, if you all have a seat. Gosh. So normally I would introduce the dignitaries, or Mr. Moss would, but there's so many, I know that I'd have a brain cramp once I got to somebody and forget their names. But we have representation from the State House, the State Senate, the Sheriff's Department, the Police Department, the mayor, both mayors. If you guys and the deputy chief from the Sheriff's Department, and commissioners, any commissioners, if you guys just stand, raise your hand or whatever and be recognized, I appreciate you guys being here. So I'm going to get us started, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Moss, who is the Veterans Treatment Court Director. Yesterday, Veterans Day, and the Veterans Treatment Court team and participants went out to the Veterans Home, which is an awesome facility. Mr. Moss sent out a letter to our participants and said, okay, here's what we're doing. We're going to be out there. If you guys want to come, here's what it's all about, as if they didn't already know, but here's what it's all about. There was no quid pro quo. In other words, they weren't getting anything for coming out there, no exchange for volunteer work or anything like that. We had 20 participants come out and help at the Veterans Treatment Court, and I think that speaks to what these participants are all about. They didn't have to be there, but they came out and helped pay it forward. One of the things I was talking to somebody about earlier today was that's what's so significant about our program. These guys, especially the guys that are active duty, but all of them, when they get done with this program, they're not just going to sit on their tails and take it easy. They're going to pay it forward. They're going to take somebody under their wing and make them better for it. If you can't tell, I couldn't be prouder of my association with this program, and I can't thank you all enough for being here to help share this moment. Mr. Moss, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you again. I'm going to be short and sweet. We have a lot going on today, but just imagine this is the last Phase 5 ceremony for 2019. It's been an extremely challenging year, extremely difficult for the participants at some occasions, but I hope that you've learned a lot about yourselves and your ability to be resilient and handle adversity moving forward. One of the participants just told me as we was walking in, and I won't name him, but he said the year has flown by, and that's great because you now have the tools to be successful and be successful with any type of adversity that you will encounter. So with that, I'm going to move forward into introduction of our guest speaker. We've been blessed to have a guest speaker, retired Sergeant Major Donnie Isaacs of the United States Army. Mr. Isaacs, or Sergeant Major Isaacs, now is a part of an organization called CAMO. I don't know if you've ever heard of CAMO or not, but it is the Center for American Opportunities and Families. Judge Goebel often talks about CAMO and salute to service and voices of service that was on America's Got Talent, and it's a part of the same organization. Sergeant Major Isaacs has gone through some tough times in his life, and he utilized music as a way of his therapy, and he's going to share some of those experiences with us, again, as a way to help you move forward. Some background on Sergeant Major Isaacs. He came in the Army on 9 April 1987 Charlie Company 1 of the 49th Infantry Battalion. Sergeant Major Isaacs served over 29 years in the military. Some of his education include the United States Army Sergeant Major Academy, NATO Peacekeeping Operation Course, Advanced Non-Commissioned Officers Course. He has an associate's degree from AIU, Basic Non-Commissioned Officers Course, licensed realtor as well, complex welding certification, and a basic infantryman's course. So again, I would ask you to give a warm welcome to Sergeant Major Isaac, and please pay attention to what he's going to give to us today, because there will be some tools that you can use for being successful. So now we'll yield the floor to Sergeant Major Isaacs, and I want to thank you for your attendance.
On behalf of Camo, it's a true honor to be here today. What a blessed opportunity this is for me. What a blessed organization this is for the community. To have this at your disposal is just truly nothing short of amazing. It warmed my heart all day. I got to meet the staff behind the scenes, Mr. Moss, and what they do on a daily basis through Judge Goebel and stuff. It's just truly amazing and heartwarming. It touches me deeply on a personal level because of what I have to experience in my own career. And I tell you, when I was ending my career, I found myself in a very, very bad place. And I had colleagues and friends that took me to the side and said, "Hey, Sergeant Major, I think it's time you take that knee and get the help you need." So I done that. I spent 5 months inpatient and outpatient at Fort Belvoir Hospital. I come out the other side a better person, but I knew I had a lot of work to do. You just have to understand and always remember, as a veteran, your self-worth. You're less than 1% of the population that get up every morning and defend this country. Never forget that. That sets you apart from everybody. When I say this, I mean this. You are truly lions among sheep sometimes. Don't ever forget your self-worth, because it will carry you through life. It makes you worthy to go find help. It makes you remember, hey, I'm strong enough to apply for that job. I'm strong enough to go for that promotion. Don't ever sell yourself short as an American veteran. And moving forward, always understand that self-accomplishment is a team effort, truly. To be successful as an individual is truly a team effort. Put good people in your corner. The true secret to success is surround yourself with good people. And what a great opportunity this is with the VTC. Truly blessed. I can't think of a better example, truly. So keep striving, keep moving forward. And one of the things that happened to me that I was so lucky when I was doing my treatment is Camo reached out to me and they said, "We noticed you play the guitar, you like to sing a little bit. Do you know about Camo?" I had no idea about Camo. And it was a way for me to vent my demons, my frustrations, my heartaches, my pains. I put it to paper, I put it to music, and I share it with my brothers and my sisters who serve. And we share each other's story. There's nothing that we can't get through together. Don't ever isolate yourself. Don't ever isolate yourself. You're worth too much. You're worth too much to the community. You're worth too much to your families. And you're worth too much to yourself, most of all. So take that with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share one of my stories that I put to paper and I put to music with a good friend of mine, L.G. Richardson, who was a sniper. And we took our stories, we sit down at the kitchen table, we wrote down what we were feeling that day. No matter how bad it felt, we wrote it down, we put it on paper, we shared it with each other, we put it to music, and now we're sharing it with everybody. So if you don't mind, I'd like to share that with you. These duffel bags are too damn heavy. Now it's so early, I don't know my name. And there's 10 buses waiting. I hope they don't take me to my grave. Now, hell, man, I'm barely 20, and my true love hasn't found me yet. I know it's hell where I'm headed. I need all the prayers I can get. So mama prays for my safety, and my old man paces the floor. My little brother thinks I'm crazy, and it's you I'm fighting for. Today I pulled the trigger. I paid the price of freedom with my 2 hands. I hope God can forgive me. Now I'm surviving the best I can. So thank the veterans for your freedoms, and stay proud to what we've done. And when evil comes knocking, we'll stand and fight for the ones you love. Yeah, mama still prays for my safety, and my old man paces the floor. My little brother thinks I'm crazy, and it's you I'm fighting for. These duffel bags are too damn heavy. Now it's so early I don't know my name. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you.
We're going to move into the participant portion. I want to call up Mr. Whipple. Mr. Whipple, the floor is yours.
Mr. Whipple has done everything the court's asked him for. He's getting promoted to phase 5 today. My second anniversary of graduating. Mr. Whipple.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon. All the participation in this program is because of my own actions. I feel it's important to say thank you for this opportunity. I was charged with operating a vehicle under the influence and put my current employment, my military retirement, and the life of myself and others in jeopardy. I'm remorseful for my actions and grateful to have been able to overcome this hurdle in my life. The tools provided to me during this program helped me to be successful this far, and the insight I gained from the program will be valuable in maintaining my sobriety. I'm motivated by my success and look forward to meeting my career goals as I transition into retirement and have more time to enjoy my family and friends. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Mayor Pitts? Oh, Mayor.
Representative Hodges.
Sir, this is county point. Good luck to you. God bless you. Appreciate your success.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Whipple, you got some more stuff, bro.
Thank you again.
So, here. So the mayor and Kyle Johnson were kind enough to let us use these facilities, and we're trying to feel our way around right now, so bear with us. We're going to get it straight. By the time we get to number 18, we'll have it figured out. All right. So if we could do a picture in front of the service flags real quick.
Mr. Whipple, you as well.
All that needs to be over there.
Mr. King.
All right, while he's coming up, come on up. We've got Curtis Johnson, Jason Hodges, Bill Powers, and Jim Dewart here. These are the folks presenting, the county mayor, state senators, and 2 state House representatives. They've taken time out of their schedule to make sure that you participants, understand just how significant what you've done is. So I just wanted you to know everybody that's come up here. Did I get everybody? Yes, I did. All right, now it's yours.
Okay, Mr. Keene here is one of our retirees, multiple tour combat veteran. And like a lot of them, they spend most of their time going back and forth and don't take care of themselves, and eventually things will catch up with you. Will has gotten on and done an outstanding job since he's been here, and I turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you. They said to keep it short, so that was like music to my ears. I'd like to thank my wife. She's here today for her help and guidance throughout this entire process. Also, my family and their understanding throughout. The program has given me a better outlook on things that I had taken for granted. I used the time to focus on my family and all the activities that go with it. I should have put my glasses on. Well, everyone else is talking. That makes it so much easier. I feel as though I may have been present, but far less focused on what I was doing. It has also given me time to focus on myself too. I am definitely set aside more time for myself and my projects, even if it's only 15 minutes between evolutions and events. The SMART program, I don't think Vicky's here because we're not allowed to thank her, helped me focus on myself and the means to be grounded with my family and the things to keep going on around me. The whole program has been a positive experience for me. I've made it a point to stay for individuals moving forward in the program, graduating, moving to the next phase, and avoid, if possible, the negative aspects of the penalty box. So I try to leave before that. I assume no good things, although I probably will miss I don't know. I'll just go on beyond it. I will not miss the scrams. Thank you. I hope that everyone gets what they need and what they want as quickly as they can. Thank you.
Mr. Porter.
Mr.
I just want to start by saying thanks for this whole program. When I started this program, I was making bad decisions and only thinking about myself. I didn't care about my actions or even if I hurt people close to me. I honestly believe I didn't need help. And man, looking back, I need the help. This program has taught me not only do my actions have consequences, but for those actions can affect the family and friends around me, not just me. Throughout this program, I've had a huge support system behind me. My wife has dusted me off and set me on the right path every time I felt like giving up. A few friends have even supported me behind if I needed to talk. This program showed me that I can face any obstacle that comes my way and that I don't have to turn to alcohol. I owe a big thank you to Judge Global, the case managers, my mentor, for not giving up on me, even when I was a hardhead. This program was a crazy experience, and I can't wait to become a mentor so I can help people like y'all did for me. Thank you.
Ms. Hill.
Ooh, I would love to present to you Amanda Hill. And in my experience as a mentor for Veterans Treatment Court, Ms. Hill is one of those people that all you needed to do is to give her the tools and she took off and ran with them. And I can't tell you how proud I am of you. Thank you.
Don't tear me up.
I'm working on mine.
There's a lot of people. I'm kind of nervous. Good afternoon, everybody. It's extremely humbling and bittersweet to know this is my last day here. I can honestly say I didn't enter this program with the intentions of changing anything about myself. I just came to change the charge, but that quickly changed. The VTC program is not just a probation period. It's a constant push for you to self-explore on how you got to this point in your life. I came into this with a problem that not even I was ready to admit, but being here and being surrounded by a never-ending support system made this so much easier. For those of you that still remain in the program, stay focused. This is not as hard as it seems, and you'll be standing here soon. I'm forever grateful for each and every one of you. Ms. Porter, Mr. Moss, Ms. Castle, Mr. Smith, and my mentor, Mary Ross. You have all been a huge part of my success by always guiding me and helping me remain on track. And last but certainly not least, Judge Goebel. Despite your position in this program, you are truly supportive of each and every one of us. Your dedication to veterans and your compassion for us to better ourselves genuinely shows. Thank you all.
Mr. Taylor III.
Mr. Taylor is graduating Phase 5 today. When he first started the program, he had a few hiccups. And for those that don't know what a hiccup is when you don't do what the court asks you, and they're called hiccups because Judge Goebel, like everything else in the court, says that's what they are. Mr. Taylor.
VTC is finally over. I can truly say it's changed me. I'm sorry for my lisp. I came into the program to get my charges reduced. I'm leaving with my VA benefits, health insurance, 2 new hobbies, and a better life understanding. I still had the mindset that my personality and smile could get me out of anything. I learned that no matter how great I feel my personality is, Judge Goebel would still take off his glasses and give me a sanction. Through everything that has happened, though, none of these would have been possible without the case managers and the rest of the VTC team and the work they do behind the scenes. For me, it was a huge help Another thing that was huge was the SMART program. I really recommend going. It's worth it. It's a bittersweet feeling, but all things must come to an end. I appreciate everything the VTC staff has done for me, and even though I never want to be in this program again, I will always rely on the fact that I can come back for help.
Mr. Larson.
Mr. Larson came into the program, he got out of the Army, he started a whole new career. He went from an aviator to become a nurse. Mr. Larson.
VTC has been the first program since Expert Infantryman Badge Training in 2006 in which there were no shortcuts and nobody to compete with but myself. Put in the work, meet the standards, and don't look at anyone except the man in the mirror if I don't move to the next station. This year has been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to inventory myself and decide what will stay in the past, what will move forward, and what to pick up along the way. As frustrating as it has been not to make the external progress I'm used to, I realize that my internal scorecard has improved immensely and will bring me success that wasn't possible before this experience. As with most lessons, by the end of it, I'm left realizing how much more there is to learn. I look forward to this journey with heightened self-awareness, better habits, and at least an ounce of patience, which is a great improvement over what I had before.
Mr. Watts.
Mr. Watkins, I'm supposed to tell you, the day he got involved in the program to now, there's a lot of changes in his life. The biggest thing he'll always say is, it cost him to rethink his life and his future. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, sir. Throughout my 16 months, good afternoon, visitors and whatnot. Throughout my 16 months in the VTC program, I have learned a lot about myself. Accountability of my actions, how to assess my decision-making, and the mark that I'd rather leave behind versus the mark that I left on May 17th, 2018. Writing this essay seemed to be even more difficult than any other advancement essays that I had written. So I'd like to give some advice to the underclassmen in the VTC program. This is not your legacy. Rather, it is a valuable tool that you can use to hone who you decide to be tomorrow and in the future. Times will seem to be difficult, but you are among America's finest. Stay resilient and communicate with each other, your mentors and especially the staff. See the best in yourself and take every day as a lesson to be the best version of yourself. I tell you this because it did take me 2 go-arounds before I realized my legacy had 2 paths, spiraling down or mustering the courage to make the right decisions to be a better person every day. I want to thank you for your support. For those of you who have been by my side, you know who you are. Miss Porter, or not Miss Porter, Miss Porter as well, Mr. Smith. I went to say Nikki Ponderosa, but I got tongue twisted in my mind, sorry. But again, thank you for, and this awesome sheriff's deputy over here, her and I had some words in the beginning, but she's a pretty cool lady. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Mr. Laracy.
First of all, I haven't seen this man in about 5 months, and I appreciate what he did for me. You too, Cody. It's probably been about 7 months. Hope everything's going good. Sorry. A year ago, some change, I made a decision that obviously got me where I'm at now. And overall, looking back at it, it wasn't that bad of a thing. I got into this program, got me back on track, got me more self-centered on working on myself, the family, getting a good job that would pay bills and everything. And actually, where's Mr. Moss? Where'd he go? This man right here gave me the business card for what's now our Coastal Marine. It's an industrial construction plant. It's just nonstop manual labor. I wanted to hate him for it, but paycheck's pretty good. So if you need a job, just come on down to Ashland City. I got you. But most importantly, I've learned everything from him, Ms. Porter, these two, this man right here, and the judge as well. So I'd like to thank you all for dealing with my stubborn, goofy self. They could deal with me, they could deal with all you. I know it's corny, but you got to believe it, all right? Where's that at? But after this, I will be going back home, and I got myself on track and go back to college and get a better job for that college degree. And pretty much doing the exact same thing, just more electrical and more Saturdays off, I guess. But I do ever so appreciate this program and everyone within it. And that's really all I got to say. So.
Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Taylor has had a long journey, full of excellent speeches, and it's good to see him finally graduating because he has a lot to do in his community, and I'm hoping he'll become a veteran mentor in the future. Mr. Taylor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I was given the option of undergoing this year-long program with the Veterinary Treatment Support due to an arrest for a DUI. I began this program. My main course of action was a means to an end. That end was to remedy my scarred record. But during the course of this program, I have made some tremendous strides toward a more healthy, peaceful, and productive life. More has come out of this year of sobriety than I ever expected, and I only had to take it only took my sincere involvement in it. To me, the best thing about this program is that it not only focuses on your isolated event that brought you into the program, it covers the total soldier assistance. The sobriety and curfew, coupled with activities, treatment, and a multitude of resources that are provided and or suggested by the case managers, opens up the highway of Montgomery County's continued effort to help the transitioning soldier find the support he or she needs for success after the military. The highway includes counseling, individual and family, school aid, VA benefits and disability, housing, jobs, and the list goes on. In my opinion, this program and its supporters only have the best interests of the veteran at heart. Thank you for shining new light in some dark places.
Ms. Hiles.
It is my pleasure to present to you Alyssa Hiles, and I can tell you that the changes that she has made from the time she entered the program to now have been remarkable. And I know she's probably going to give me the hateful look, but I'm going to tell you that she was a hot mess when she got here. And see, there's that look. But but she has done some amazing things and has come such a long, long way, and I'm so very, very proud of you.
Good afternoon, everyone. After 13 months in this program and 15 months sober, most of you don't know what happened to me, so I'm going to ad-lib it really quick. PTSD and anxiety had its hooks in me. I didn't even know it. Any pill I could find and chew, I did it. That's what landed me here. So after 15 months sober, I can honestly say graduation is bittersweet. I came into this program a broken, terrified woman, and I'm leaving with my daughter home, more self-love than I have ever known, and a support system that has trumped anything I've ever known or seen in this world. While I have definitely faced many challenges, my daughter not being in my custody, my sister's murder, fear of the world, therapy, and so much more, I've overcome each and every one of them. I have found, or made, my own little family that I wouldn't trade for the world. At the end of each bad day, looking into their eyes, I know I can accomplish and make it through anything. I was eager to get into VTC. I needed help to restructure my life. I knew I needed help, and I knew VTC is where I needed to be. Setting aside being a victim, my anger, and my pride has helped me excel through each phase. I know VTC isn't easy. It challenges you. The team will make you think of your actions and your reactions. But at the end, it's all worth it. Thank you.
Mr. McCown.
Good afternoon. It's hard to believe that advancement to Phase 5 has come so quickly. I guess time flies when you're having fun. When I entered this program a year ago, my initial intention was to check the boxes and get my charge of a DUI reduced. Though each phase brought new light to every day, time to reflect on my actions and what actual problems I was having. It was time to address them. The hardest part was admitting to myself that there was a problem that I neglected for years. It was time to reach out and seek therapy, but that was difficult to open that wound that was sealed from the world. I still consider this year a bittersweet situation. Yes, excuse me, less than ideal, but over the course of the year, I've learned so much about myself and I have not been happier. I've really started seeing a very special woman that that if I have not taken the time from this year to better myself, I probably would have pushed away such an amazing person that makes my day every brighter. Excuse me, my day brighter. My advice to you fellow participants that are in early phases, do not check the boxes. Take the extra time and effort to help you, for you are just as important. Look forward to a better possibilities with family and friends. This is time to reflect and move forward and learn from our mistakes. I have gained a new outlook on life in general, for my thoughts are more positive than negative, but I still have my struggles, but now I have the tools and resources I need to manage them in a more healthier way. Thank you.
Ms. Marshburn.
I'm presenting to you Megan Marshburn. She has had a really kind of a tough year at the beginning of her participation in VTC. Some really sad times, tough times, but she has come through it like a champ. She now when you talk to her, she's got this sparkle in her eye, and you never know what she's going to be up to. Which is a good thing, And again, I'm really, really proud of all the progress that you've made.
Good afternoon. Here's where my journey has led me thus far, the final phase before completing what was required of me. Looking back over the last year, from acceptance that I was actually here to finally finding the freedom to let go, I can truly see why I needed to be on this journey. Everyone makes mistakes. I've made several, including one in the program that caused me to repeat a phase and endure several setbacks and caused significant self-doubt that I did not know that I could recover from. I took a lot of time and energy to see what I needed and where I needed to go in order to find the path I was intended to follow. Everything is still not okay in life, and I don't know if it'll ever be. Things are constantly changing and evolving, and you are part of that cycle. You can affect this change by choosing to see the problem for what it is and finding the right solution for you. I have found the freedom and the opportunities that the VTC has provided for me to help me grow and evolve with the changes instead of falling behind. Use what you have and find what works for you, and never be afraid to ask for help. I still believe that everything happens for a reason. People, work, events come into your life and out of your life for a purpose. With a little effort and time, you will see the true reason and appreciate what they are there to teach you. Mistakes are just another tool for learning and growing. Use them to help you move on and be a better you. I know my journey isn't over, and I don't know where it's going from here, but it makes me feel better embarking on it with the tools that I have been given. I'd like to thank the VTC mentors for always being there, Ms. Porter, Mr. Smith, Ms. Castle, Mr. Bozzano, Mr. Moss, for guiding me through this road, and a special thanks to Judge Goebel for pushing me to be a better person that I know I can be. Thank you.
Mr. Washington.
Mr. Washington, first of all, I'd like to say this is a great privilege for speaking, and Mr. Washington is my first participant. This is my first year anniversary. Also, I could have chose to go on the other side. Reason I say that because I'm an official on the Kentucky side, but I chose to stay with the program, and he's the reason why I chose to stay with the program. Mr. Washington.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Here I am moving into the sustainment phase of my program. Wow. A year's passed. I've always known how I got here, but with the help of the VTC program, I now know the why. My fellow participants, if you don't know the why, I can assure you, before you complete this program, you will. I can honestly say that because of my program and all that are involved is the reason why Johnny is a better person today. I was looking forward to this day, thinking that I would have more time for myself, but time for me would not happen. I'm currently committed to earning a degree, and that's taking more time than I can imagine. I'm enrolled at Austin P. I enrolled in Austin P in March, but didn't start until August. Go figure. As of 1 October, I was sporting a 3.0 grade average. I have not had anything to do with school of any kind since 1993. Just so you know a little of my history, I only have 2 classes, 2 days a week, and yet they're taking up all my time. I'm doing homework 7 days a week. This will be my sustainment for the next 4 years. As part of my requirement, I had to establish a 5-year plan. I'm currently enrolled in a 4-year bachelor program. With this in mind, I should have revised my 5-year plan to a 1-year plan. The school thing is so demanding and time-consuming. There's very little time for anything else. I have no concerns about getting complacent, bored, or having any downtime. I am fully committed and there's no doubt that I will see this through. To my fellow VTC participants, if you truly want to better yourself, take this program for everything that it is worth, and you will be victorious. In closing, I want to thank my support team. I want to thank God, my family, and special thanks to the VTC program, Judge Copel, my counselor, Ms. Porter, my mentor, Mr. Spencer, my Veterans Upper Bound program, my SMART program, and my friend, Pastor Walker. And by the way, I'm still alcohol-free. I'm entering my 18th month. This is my last year. Thank you.
Mr. Fry.
Mr. Fry, again, you've done everything the court's asked you to do, and that's why you're giving a speech today. Mr. Fry.
Good afternoon. Well, here I am at the end of this program after 11 months, but a longer journey ahead. I came to VTC just like everyone else from a bad decision that led to a series of consequences that I've surpassed and made a better result from it. I was a little disgruntled, to say the least, about being told what I could and couldn't do, especially drinking, regardless of how much or how little I could at any given day, as it was my way of treatment for my issues. So frustration was always a forward way of approaching everything for the first couple of months. But what I can tell you, the boss at home would make sure I didn't give in, and my son seeing me sober on a regular basis was also a plus. I kept my head up and approached every situation with intent on success, using my 5-year plan as a guide. I returned to school, finished my associate's wellness program, becoming a certified gunsmith, followed by a job in the career I chose as well, which has been really good so far for me to help me focus and not deter from my path. I've stayed out of the penalty box and stayed completely sober the entire time I've been here without swinging once. I lost a lot of friends, but the real ones stayed, and I also made a few new ones while I was here. The staff has helped where they could and put forward some recommendations that I went with and got some help I probably needed a lot sooner. I attended my weekly meetings from my AMIs with Miss Nikki at the SMART program. She's not here. It was probably the best version of an AA meeting I've ever been to, and also tell others to go. Also, as it made me more comfortable about why I was there and not to the extreme of some issues that you see at other meetings. Making friends here has made the time go by a lot faster and not be such a negative experience throughout, as I'm sure a few of us will keep in touch and keep each other out of trouble when needed. I do appreciate the program and the staff for giving me this opportunity to reset my compass in a better direction and look forward to where it goes from here. I've relearned planning for the future and not living in the negatives of the past is still possible and not so much at the bottom of the next glass. Thank you.
Mr. Tuller.
It's my honor to introduce David Tuller. He is one of our active duty soldiers who has spent over his whole career has been at war. He's been in the military over a decade. Take that in consideration. He has had a misstep, and this has given him a chance to take a knee face out and get his stuff together so he can deploy yet again. David, thank you very much.
Distinguished guests, VTC staff, and participants, good afternoon, and thank you all for being here in support and observation of this milestone that I and so many others have reached today. More than a year and a half ago, I had possibly the worst day of my life. And I've experienced hardships, witnessed tragedies, defended myself and others in combat with deadly force, and I've lost brothers overseas and also here at home. But on my worst day, I was driven off in a police car as my children observed the entire incident right here in Tennessee from the Clarksville Marina. As a father, I felt I had abandoned and neglected my kids. As a husband, I felt feeble and degraded. As a soldier, I was embarrassed and ashamed, but to be frank, these feelings were short-lived. I made the conscious decision to not only learn from my mistake, but to use my mishap as a teaching point to instill the values into my children that I deem appropriate for their development. I challenged myself at work both physically and mentally while assuming more senior roles to expand my institutional knowledge. I still struggle with my marriage, and divorce is likely inevitable. However, I am optimistic, and VTC has truly extended my ability to manage my quality of life at home and prioritize work with family. This program is not difficult, but you must ask yourself, why are you here? Pending your answer and willingness to commit, the sincerity of your reasoning will reflect the results you receive here. The answer for me was simple. I love God, my family, my country, my teammates, and I never wanted to let them down again. If you too are sincere, you will find this program far more lucrative and your end states will become more attainable. I wish you all the best of luck in the paths you take. Be adaptable, be resilient, most importantly, be personally accountable. Follow the plans you've outlined for yourselves, and good luck to all of you in your endeavors.
Mr. White.
Mr. White changed his life, and at a certain age, it's hard to change things in your life. Believe me, I know. It's my pleasure to get him to Washington, D.C. to visit the memorials on the honor flight. Mr. White.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Veterans Treatment Court. This has been a long year for me and my family. Phase 1 through Phase 5 is not an easy program to achieve, but I'm glad I made the right choice in life. Before the program, I was living the wrong path of life, drinking and driving, going to clubs. But one stop by police changed my life forever. The VCT program is a wonderful program for people who need help in that area. Thanks to the staff of the VCT program and Judge Gold and my wife who stood by my side while I was going through the program. It was not easy, trust me on that. I learned a whole lot through the 5 steps of the program. It made me look at myself. I was living in the wrong path of life, but now I'm living in the right path of life. I will continue on that right path from now on. You young people, take this program real serious. It will help you make a better choice of life. For you and your family. I am blessed to be part of the VT program. I thank you very much on this matter.
Mr. Smith.
I would like to thank everybody who took time out of their busy schedule to attend today's graduation ceremony. I started this journey on April 21st, 2018, when I was arrested for DUI. I did not start the VTC until December of 2018. Let's just say I started off on some rocky steps. I spent I was sanctioned within the first hour of the program, and I spent 5 days in jail. Looking back, it was the best mistake I ever made. It gave me time to sit and reflect on the choices I was making in my life and how I was done making those same choices. I expected VTC to judge me based on my past behavior, but it was not. It was the complete opposite. They said, yesterday is gone, today is a new day. It has been since that I've treated it as such. This year has been a complete 180 degrees for me, as most of them could tell you. I've seen a lot of progress in my family, my work, and my friendships. You don't realize how disconnected you become sometimes. This program is not just about getting out of a charge, it's about changing the problem that got you the charge to begin with. If you can't fix the reason, you'll eventually catch up to you again. I would like to say thank you to the entire VTC staff, starting with Judge Goebel, who could have just as easy given up on me. Sorry I will not let you down. Mr. Moss for the stern but fair at all times. Ms. Castle, who helped me facilitate emergency leave when my father was hospitalized. Ms. Porter, who was the first one to walk up to me after my jail experience and say, don't quit, keep doing what you're doing. I haven't worked for Mr. Bosio much, but I know he'll do well. I'm a big believer in divine intervention, and everything happens for a reason. I was lost, but now I'm found. Thank you very much.
Mr. Haydu.
Mr. Haydu, kind of a quiet guy. Had to do his weekend stuff with the Guard and reserves. He also had a couple of hiccups, but he's come out of his shell. Good to see him graduate.
All right. Last 2 years have been a huge learning experience. I used to look back at my mistakes in my past and beat myself up, wish I could change things I no longer had control over. This is an extremely counterproductive way of living, and shame and guilt will only hold you back. Sometimes you have to just accept where you are in life and make the best of it, and that awareness can help enlighten us to become happier and more productive. We only have one life that's precious, and no moment should be wasted on things that don't help us progress. In the last 3 years, I have lost some of the closest people that I counted on, and I let this defeat me, but they no longer have the opportunities I have. I was acting like a coward for a while and lying to myself and putting myself down, as well as lying to others. I was living outside my values and building a huge weight on my conscience. I was not being honest with others or myself. The judge once told me the last person you should lie to is yourself, and he was right about that. I've had a lot of help from my Guard unit. They helped me develop new hobbies and showed me the value that I didn't see in myself. I still kind of wish I was in the military sometimes. I have a hard time dealing with civilians at work, but I've met some good people in Team Red, White, and Blue, fellow veterans, and just overall good people that contribute to the community, and other veterans. They were a huge help to me when I really needed it. Every day I try to do something to benefit myself physically, mentally, or spiritually, and also improve my community in some way every week. And they have been a huge help for me to accomplish these things. I owe a huge thank you to the VTC and the mentors. I think every single mentor has spoken to me at some time or another, even when it was not their responsibility. Kevin Patrick, my current mentor, is always available, even though I should have utilized him more. Every court date, if I did need him, he was there, which was good to know. I've been here a while, so I also need to thank people that aren't here. Mr. Cleveland, Mr. Smith was a huge help. He was infinitely patient with me, and if I was him, I would never have treated me as well as he did. I felt terrible letting him down. He was a great man and a great help to me. Ms. Porter has also been helpful in her advice and helped me rethink a lot of things in my life. Mr. Bizzano, I have not known him long, but he seems professional and helpful, so I'd like to thank him for taking the position. This is an important program and a huge help to the community. I also need to thank Judge Goebel for calling me out of my BS and giving me so many chances I did not deserve. I promise to continue to improve the community and live my life in an honest, productive manner and take nothing for granted. Thank you.
Well, that's it. 1 year plus. Give a round of applause to yourselves. Believe it or not, I pay attention to what each of you say. Believe it or not, I'm kind of moving around and I'm talking, but I'm listening. And two things that I took away was sustainability. I don't know if the VTC gave you anything at all. You had those things internally. We kind of molded it so you could see it for yourselves, but you have sustained that. Well, if you sustain that moving forward, again, you will be successful. Look around this commission chambers. And the reason I want you to look around is because you have a team. You're not alone. Together, everyone achieves more. You have a community that has your back. You have a VTC program that has your back. You have a judge that will support you through thick and thin. So you're not by yourself. When you leave here today and you want to come back tomorrow to see us, come back tomorrow to see us. You're a Veterans Treatment Court member for life. And that means that you can always come back, whether it be tomorrow or next year or 7 years from now. You're a valuable member of this community. You're a valued member of our team, and I'm proud to serve alongside of you. So thank you. So before we break for refreshments, coffee, cake, water, and such, I want to bring the judge up. He has a few words of wisdom that he wants to share as well, and we're going to do another presentation before I get you out of here. Your Honor.
So no words of wisdom, but words of thanks. I mentioned our political leaders that were here today, and we couldn't do this program without the state that helps fund us. But more important, or at least as important, Sheriff Fuson, Chief Ainsley, your job is law enforcement, and sometimes what we do seems almost a little counterintuitive to what your jobs are. But in spite of that, you come out and you support us all the time, and you make it possible for us to change lives. And I can't thank you guys enough, and the men and women that work for you. They're outstanding every day, all day. So thank you, and Mayor Durrett, where you at? We certainly couldn't do it without your support and the county's funding. The commissioners sign up, and support this program. That's the reason we're able to have such an amazing team of professionals that do their job every day. So thanks to the county and your support.
Last but not least, Sergeant Major Isaacs. So as we always do with our guest speaker, Sergeant Major, we give them a token of our appreciation for them to come and share some of their words of wisdom with the treatment court. And not only did you do that, you gave a song that you have been able to produce, has been cast out throughout the nation. So we wanted to give you something that you can take back and you could always remember us. I don't know if you're a coffee drinker or not, but we have this VTC Leave No Veteran Behind mug that the judge wanted to present to you. And since, again, you're a Sergeant Major, you understand the concept of coins. And Sergeant, I was with him for about 2 hours last night. He wanted to talk about the size of this VTC coin that we have. That's what Sergeant Majors do. They worry about coins. So he walked into our office today, and he's like, "Is that the coin?" I said, "That's the coin, brother." So on behalf of the Veterans Treatment Court and Judge Goebel, he wanted to present you a VTC coin to take along with you as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, again, that's all, folks. I appreciate your attendance. Please join us in some coffee and cake or refreshments, and be safe and have a great week. Thank you.